Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup video. I'm so excited to be sitting down and doing this. I can't even tell you. I've had over the last week like such a spurt of desire to create more beauty stuff. If you are new to my channel and you're watching me for the first time, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Every follower means the absolute world to me right now in such an unstable time. And hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again, all of my returning subscribers. I saw on YouTube at the moment there's a little bit of a trend circulating for a Foxy eye makeup look, and it looks like one of, for me anyway, the more challenging makeup looks. Like it's quite dramatic. There's a little bit of shape work around the eye, which I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow, so I tend to find that a little bit difficult, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna put a few examples of the look that I'm gonna try and recreate today on the screen now. I believe the makeup artist Patrick Tar kind of like champions this look. He does it on the Hadid sisters Bella and Gigi. It's like a very like model-y, super cat eye, like you can see those like really extended eyes look. I'm also going to be using some fake eyelashes, which I dread. So let's get started, shall we? I've already done my moisturizer, my serum a couple of hours ago, so I'm not going to do any skincare. I am going to use a primer though, and today's primer is going to be the DERMALOGICA Age Smart Primer. This is their Skin Perfect Primer. It's got an SPF 30 in it, and it actually has some silicones as well, which, as we know, fills in all the little wrinkles, fine lines and pores on the face, just to make sure the base goes on super smooth and you've got that really like flawless airbrush effect. You might have already noticed that we have a little friend here today. I decided not to squeeze it because that is going to be way harder to cover, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you guys how I actually cover my zits, my acne, and make them pretty much 99.99999% invisible. This look is very like concentrated on the outside of the eyes. It's all about lifting everything up. So we're going to be doing most of the liner and shadow work from the midpoint out the way and then upwards. Also the brows need some lifting. Apparently some people have been shaving off half their brow tails just to give that proper like feline effect. I'm not going to be shaving off any brow hair though. When I was thinking about the base that I wanted to use today, only one came to mind, and that is like my favorite base for absolutely flawless full coverage long wear looks, and it is the KEVYN AUCOIN Foundation Balm. I use shade medium FB06. It's a little bit more tan than my actual skin color, but it will match my neck once I'm finished. When I first used this on YouTube, actually, I did like a first impressions glam video, and it came out terribly because I didn't really know the product and I over assumed how much I would actually need, so it was literally on my face like a paste. You need the smallest amount and it goes so far and it covers so well. Okay, so that's the base done. There's still areas of my face that I want to cover, like I've got a little bit of redness on the end of my nose. This spot needs some work, but I'm gonna hold on the base because actually the rest of my face is great right now. For concealer today, I'm gonna use two of my current fave concealers. For the under eyes first, I'm gonna use my JOUER Essential Concealer. I think these are fairly new. I think they came out this year. This one is Biscotti, and I particularly like this shade for under the eyes because it's got quite a bit of peach in it. That's just gonna cover any darkness. So it's like quite a creamy paste. As soon as it hits the skin, it gets warm and slidey, which is really nice for buffing it in, but then it does actually stay quite a while. I'm just gonna use my Hourglass concealer brush just to buff that in. It was only a few years ago I used to take my foundation like right up to my lash line, and I used to be able to get away with it, and I really can't now. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm noticing like more and more fine lines and wrinkles just around here, and like if I go too close with a concealer, then it cakes. For the rest of the face, I'm actually going to use my new VANISH concealer from Hourglass. I really like this. It's a fantastic all-over concealer. You can use it on nose, redness, darkness, under eyes, acne, that sort of thing. It can go anywhere. So I'm just gonna put that on my nose and then on this spot, and a little bit here, a little bit here. Bits above the eyebrows and like in my nasal labial folds. Isn't that a weird word to say? Nasal labials. That's more for shape work, just to bring the light in a little bit more. So for me, Bella and Gigi Hadid, they are like gorgeous. Particularly Bella. I think that like that woman's face fascinates me. I know she's had a shit ton of work done. I've seen the before pictures. Like she's an averagely pretty girl, and now she is just fucking goddess. Fair play. She's got an amazing surgeon. Isn't her dad a surgeon? I wonder if he does her work for her. Anyway, either or, like, I think she's done an amazing job of her face. She's beautiful. This look like really reminds me of her, just because she's always just so like not like that obviously, but she's like Catwoman. In fact, she should be the next Catwoman. Right, I've done all the concealer. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cover this spot. As you can see, I put the Vanish concealer already on. If you're trying to conceal a spot, I always suggest that you use your fingers, just because it's going to give you the most leverage and control when moving that product around the spot. You want it to like sit in layers. So by using your finger, the finger's natural warmth, it's just going to pull away some of the product and then just press it back in over and over again, like it's getting 100 little layers of product. And I think that is the secret. I'm just going to take a tiny bit more, this time using the JOUER Essential. I've just put the paste onto the back of my hand, take it onto my finger. You want to just move it around the outside as well, so everything just merges into one beautifully. Alright, so next up I'm going to just add some colour back into my face. I'm going to be using a product that I actually slagged off on my Instagram stories the other day, and I now retreating and retracting that slightly because I have used it again and again, and I'm using it a little bit differently now, and I kind of like it now, so I'm retracting my statement. A lot of you guys will recognize this product. It is well loved by beauty bloggers and influencers and makeup artists all over the world. I bought it, I'm not gonna lie, because of the hype. I got it back and I was like, wow, I hate this product. What is the deal? It was so expensive as well. This is the Soleil Tan de Chanel, and it's a creamy bronzer. As you can see, it comes in a swirl like that in like a really cute pot. The lid is obviously logoed and it's to die for, and it looks so cute on my desk, but I was really disappointed by it at first. But actually that's because I wasn't using it right. I was using it in the way I normally use my powder bronzers, to like shape and sculpt the face, when really this is a wash of color. It's going to do nothing more than just add some color back into your face. You can try and sculpt with it, but the results are going to be very, very loose and unstructured, so I wouldn't recommend. So I'm just taking this big fluffy brush here, and I'm just swirling it super lightly and just kind of dashing it all over the face. And I'm working around the outside inwards because I just want to warm up the complexion. I don't want to lose that like bright open lightness that I've created in the center of my face. I want to keep that. I just want to kind of color in the outside, shade in the jawline, match the curtains to the carpet. And you know, when I first used this, I was like, oh, it's so orange. I still think it's quite orange, but actually when I'm not using it for shape work, I'm just using it to like add a little bit of warmth to my face, it worked. Do not worry, we are going to contour. We are going to contour like our life depends on it, because I want to just pull all my cheekbones up the way, my jaw up the way, just to really accentuate that cat-like effect across the whole face. To contour today, I'm going to use my favorite contour powder, and that is the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in medium 2. And I've adored this powder for years because it is the perfect contour powder. It contains 0 orange, which is obviously the opposite to this Chanel product here. And whenever you contour your face, always try and use a product that doesn't have a lot of warmth or orange in it, because we're trying to create shadows and not tan. So I'm just gonna take a slanted brush. This one isn't my favorite, it's a Rodial one. It's called a sculpting brush, but actually I feel like it's a little bit too stiff for me to control as much as I'd like. But yeah, we're gonna paint on some cheekbones now, guys. Cheeks done. Just run a little bit down the jawline here. There was a time when I used to like never leave the house without shading my jawline, because I was 100% convinced that I had like the worst double chin in the world. Or just do a little bit down the nose, because why the hell not? When I first started my YouTube channel and I was doing makeup all the time, like contouring was the thing. Like everybody loved it, everybody wanted to know how to do it. I think still to this date my most popular YouTube video is sculpting and contouring my face using a L'Oreal brand, like a L'Oreal makeup sculpting kit. So shape work is done. We're gonna move on to cheeks. So I just got a restock of one of my favorite ever blushes. This is the Marc Jacobs Air Blush. I love this blusher, and the name is so perfect because it is just that. It's like air on the cheeks, the lightest, fluffiest, creamiest, softest color, and it's just foolproof. I don't know why, because it's just in the powder. I think it's like a super finely milled powder. As with all Marc Jacobs packaging, it's just beautiful. Being opened for the first time, this is what it looks like. And this shade is Lines and Last Night 501. The thing I love about the Marc Jacobs Air Blushes is as well, they've got a really beautiful pinkish tone. They've got a few shades, and then they infuse it with a little bit of highlight, so you can really control the color. If you want just a really full on pop of colour, then you work down this end. But if you want to just rub it all together, then you're going to get a little bit more of the highlight, the peachy highlight tone in there as well. So excited to use it again. Again, I'm not going to say just on the apples of my cheek when I put the highlight on. I'm going to go up, up. Spanx for the face, up. Oh, that shade's gorgeous. I've not tried this one before. Subtle sheen to it. I don't know if you're picking it up there on camera, but so nice. So nice. So glad you're back in my life. So let's jump quickly onto highlighter before we move on to the eyes. To do highlight today, I'm going to use my brand new Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette called Ghost. And inside are 6 absolutely gorgeous shades. The top row, 1 and 2 here, we've got finishing powders in dim light and diffuse light. I love the dim light. That's my go-to finishing powder from this edit. And then here we've got a beautiful strobe powder. And then down the bottom, we have a bronzer. This is Bronze Light. This is the bronzer I actually use. And then we've got Strobe Blush in Iridescent Rose, and then Sublime Flush Blush. That's a mouthful. Today I'm just going to be using the highlight though here. And to do that, I'm going to use this really awesome brush by Bare Minerals. It's the diffused highlight brush, so exactly what I want to do. I'm actually going to dance that highlight onto my lid and just above the brow bone here. I used to be a huge fan of the fan brushes for highlights, but since I got this brush, I just find that my highlight goes on so much nicer. It just feels like I have a little bit more control. I think fan brushes are great for super iridescent glittery ones though. This is a gorgeous brush. If you're looking for a new highlight brush, I would highly recommend it. Okay, a little bit down the nose. And then a little bit here. So I'm just going to take my MAC Studio powder. This thing is bloody ancient, but I love it. It's my go-to when I have something to conceal. So I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush like this, from Spectrum, and I'm just going to put some powder under there. I know that sitting in these lights while I do this eye work is going to probably bring on the sweats a little bit. So I'm just going to preserve all that work I did. Let's beat around the bush for a little bit longer and do the eyebrows, shall we? To do my brows, I'm going to use my absolutely favourite, Precisely My Brows by Benefit. I use shade number 4. This is my favourite brow product by Benefit because that nib is so tiny. So to start with, I am going to brush those brows up as high as they go. Okay, so I filled in that first bit as normal. Now here, when I would normally start to draw it down the way, I'm actually just going to keep going a little bit. Just a little bit, and then bring it up here as well. We have liftoff. I wouldn't normally shade out this bit here, but I'm just going to kind of elongate it down slightly. So basically that top corner there on my brow is totally fake. I don't own that. I don't have hair there. I am faking it. Okay, so for the eyes today, I'm going to be using this rather gorgeous Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Charlotte normally does quads, but she went a bit mad a few months ago and, much to my pleasure, expanded the Pillow Talk range to encompass blushes, highlights, lip liners, loads of different new shades of lipstick, and including this instant eye palette, which has 4 different sets of eyeshadows. Going to use a mix of these 2 middle ones. You see this one here is quite a brownie selection, and then you've got more of the neutral, warm neutrals here. I'm just going to mix and match, see how we get on. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to take from the desk section, I'm just going to take this light colour and dust that all over the lid. Good starting point, I think. And then I'm going to take some of the Day Hue, which is this super light, kind of semi-shimmery tone at the beginning, and just dot that in the corners of the eyes there. I'm now going to take a fluffy brush. This one is my favourite. I use it for every sort of crease look that I'm doing with eyeshadow. I have no idea who makes it though, because it's so worn that everything is worn off. Is it Sigma? I think it's a Sigma one. So I'm going to take some of this Date colour. It's kind of like a warmy camel colour, and that's going to be like the base colour that's kind of outline this shape work here. Right, so I want to concentrate getting most of the colour in this outer area here. So when I'm doing cut crease or crease shadows, I find that if I'm not moving it slightly above the crease line, then when I relax my face, I tend to lose all the colour in that crease there. So if you have slightly more hooded eyes or a low brow, a little bit like me, then try and concentrate your colour above the crease slightly. So I am extending this a little bit more than I normally would. I mean, I love doing this, guys. I'm by no means a professional whatsoever, but so take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. This is kind of my interpretation of how I would do this look. And it's fun. Makeup should be fun. And it's so weird that I'm choosing to like fall back in love with makeup now at a time when we're not going out, we're not seeing people, we're not socializing. Like, no one's gonna appreciate this except for me when I look in the mirror and whoever clicks onto this video, really. But that's the point, isn't it? Like, makeup is just so joyful sometimes. All right, so to build it out even more, I'm just gonna move one up in the date section of this palette and use this darker brown shade. Same brush. I'm just placing that darker shadow just here, really. I don't want to bring it down, I just want to keep it up. Move it in a little bit, move it out. Okay, now I'm not going to take any more shadow onto that blending, and I'm just going to join it up a little bit. So I'm going to do like a kind of smoky wing. It's not going to be full on like blocky and graphic. I haven't used this brand in years. I kind of had like a love affair with them for like 2 minutes. I found this by Doll 10. It's still got this plastic wrap on it. It's their HYDRAGEL liner, and this color is Downtown Brown. I don't know if people still use this product or love it or hate it, or even if it's still around, if I'm completely honest. I haven't seen them about in a while. But this liner is brand new, so I'm going to use a dark liner. I'm going to take a very fine angled brush. This one is by JOUER. It's their 317 wing liner brush, and I'm going to wing it, quite literally. So I'm just going to place the first bit where my bottom lash line naturally rises. I'm going to follow that. Step 1 done. And then I'm going to take it onto the lid. Are you holding your breath, guys? Because I sure as shit am. Ooh, girl. Alright, same thing, other side. HYDRAGEL liner is actually fantastic. Alright, so this side didn't go as well as that one. There's always one side that fucks up, isn't there? I'm gonna take my beloved smoky eyeliner brush. This one is by Bobbi Brown, and the tip is perfect for smoking out liner. And then I'm gonna go back to that darkest shade in the Pillow Talk palette here. Load up my brush with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then we're gonna smoke. So actually I feel like I may have left the liner a little bit too long and it's dried a little bit too much. So I'm just kind of taking that colour. I'm not putting it below the line. It's only going on the line and then slightly above, just to give it a blurred out smoked look. I'm just going to take a clean brush, just soften that. Now my advice would be, when you're doing this winged liner look, don't be tempted, even if your line is going absolutely fantastic, don't be tempted to move the line past the centre of the eye when you're looking straight ahead. You want to keep all the colour this side. I've taken it over a little bit on this one. It was a tad too far. Again with the brush, soften it out a little bit. So I just want to kind of make this space here a little bit brighter and lighter. It's really going to increase the contrast between the dark wing coming out to the side and then the middle being a little bit lighter. So some of that first colour that I used, pack it on with that clean brush. So I'm just going to do some lining underneath the waterline. This is a step that I really like to do because I feel like the effects, even though it's such a small thing, are quite big. I'm just going to use my HYDRAGEL from Doll 10. I'm just going to like lift the lashes and brush the gel colour into the waterline and slightly into the lash line. And then with the same brush, not too much product on the end. Feel free to like put it onto your hand and just use it off there if you want. I'm gonna bring the colour down on the inside waterline. Lash time. So for my lashes today, I'm gonna use a pair of Daisy lashes by the brand Kiss. You get the little bottle of fishy smelling glue as well. Right, so before I put them on, I'm just going to curl my own lashes. Right, so the mascara I'm using today is going to be the YSL Curler Mascara. This is like a super sexy, super intense curler mascara. The wand is actually really clever. It's like bent like that on a kind of curve. All of the product sits in that curved bit there. So you can apply product, flip over, pull it out, apply the product, flip it over, pull it out. It's a really good mascara. I only wear it when I'm doing like really full on makeup looks because I find it's like a little bit too intense otherwise. Just gonna put a small amount of product onto the lashes. We can add more once the lashes are on, just to get them all blending. And I'm only applying it on the outer corner, so from that middle bit of the eye outwards, And remember, I'm pulling it all sideways. God, I'm really not looking forward to this. Is that enough glue? I don't know. Alright, no, it's gonna go right, it's gonna go right. Oh my god, this is like painful to watch, guys, I'm sorry. I put the lashes on and I realised the error of my way. They were too long. I trimmed them in half because we only want the side lashes. I should have used side lashes. It's fine. I realised it. I trimmed them. Okay. So now I just need to join the dots because the lashes end rather abruptly. And I just gotta fill that in. Marry the ketchups. Or marry the lashes, should I say. Oh yeah, it's big. It's real big. So I'm just gonna redo the brows. They've been kind of knocked whilst I put the lashes on, so just re-brush them up. And then I'm gonna take some of my Hourglass brow shaping gel. This is just the clear one. This ain't a brow look. Make sure those fuckers stand up straight. All right, getting there. So for lips today, I'm gonna use Laura Mercier's Longwear eyeliner. This is Chestnut, I believe. I'm just gonna line the lips. And then for lipstick today, I'm going to use one of the Bobbi brown art sticks, and this colour is Bear. Really nice chunky lipstick pencil. In fact, you can use this on the cheeks as well. Her art sticks are really versatile. And we are done. Foxy eyes. I'm actually just going to take the top row of that ambient lighting and just give me some highlight underneath here. Set that a little bit. Wow. Oh my gosh, I literally haven't worn this much makeup in ages. I feel like a totally different person. The power of makeup, hey. So yeah, this is my Foxy eye look. Obviously, lots of people are doing different takes. The eyelashes for me were a little bit of a struggle, but once I cut off the inner corners, then it worked a lot better. Not only was it easier to put on, but actually I feel like the look makes more sense just having the corner lash. So if I was doing it again, I would definitely use a corner lash instead. As you can see, I've kept the color palette really neutral. I wanted it to be more about the shape and not have any colors detract. So my cheeks are quite pinky peach. It's a nudie peach bronze, and then obviously like some nudes on the eyes from that amazing Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette, which is beautiful. I really want to get stuck into some of these pinks at some point. Let me know what you think. I literally never do makeup like this anymore. I'm gonna go and show Nate and he's just gonna be like, who the fuck are you? Literally. Oh, but it's so much fun, and thank you so much for joining me. If you want to see me do more looks, let me know. I always love your guys' feedback. I feel foxy. I feel like I should be going on a date right now. Too bad I'm locked indoors, eh? Don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video and give it a thumbs up, and share. Sharing's caring. And I will see you back here on my channel really, really soon. Bye for now.